Hey my friends, welcome back to the Facebook Apps Ninja video tutorial. And here I am in the back end of the software, the workspace, and I'm just going to click on Add Apps. And here we are in creating applications. And within this video, we're going to be covering how to create two apps. We're going to be talking about how to create a Facebook game app, and we're going to be talking about how to create a Facebook webinar app. And the reason for this is because these two apps have the exact same components, the components that you have to fill out in order to create your game app and your webinar app. So I decided to create one video to talk about these two, the game app and the webinar app, just to save time, and it only makes sense to do one video because they are exactly the same components. And as always within these tutorials, I'll be going over each component and helping you to understand how to fill out each component, while at the same time demonstrating to you how the app is going to look within your Facebook timeline and or newsfeed. So with that said, let's get into it. So here we are on my Facebook page, and I'm just gonna click on over here where it says Facebook Apps Ninja Webinar underneath the apps location. I'm gonna click on that, and it will immediately take me to the webinar, and this is the structure of how your webinar page is going to look. So I'm just going to pause this video. So what you have is the webinar banner here with all your social likes. If you scroll down, you have your sidebar banner ads over here, and you have your Facebook comments over here and custom contents over here. So this is pretty much how it's going to look on the front end. But now let's go back to the software and go over the components to fill all this out properly. Okay, so we're back here in the Facebook Apps Ninja backend, and once again I'm going to emphasize that this is going to be one video that's going to be talking about how to create two apps because they are the same. And to give you a demonstration, I'm going to click on Create Facebook Game App, and I'm going to click on Add New Game App, and I'm going to show you that the components are exactly the same. We have the title, we have the head banner, we have the right banner, we have the footer banner, Facebook share, Facebook like, Google Plus, we have Twitter, Pinterest, video, Facebook comment, add custom content, campaign image. Now those are the components in creating a game app. Now if we go back to creating a Facebook webinar app, add new webinar, and I click on this, you can see that it's the same exact components: title, head banner, right banner, footer banner, Facebook share, Facebook like, Google Plus, Twitter follower, Pinterest video, Facebook comments, add custom content, campaign image. It's the exact same components. So because it's the exact same components, I'm just creating one video to talk about these two, which is game apps and webinar apps. So with that said, let's move forward in just creating a webinar app. And you want to click on Add New Webinar here, and so here we are, and we will begin the process. Okay, so as always, you want to start off with the title, and once again you want to give a unique title. You don't want your titles to be redundant, and that goes for both the webinar and also the game app, because remember, these are the same components between the webinar app and the game app, and I decided to do one video to represent both of them. So again, your title needs to be unique for your webinar and your game app. Moving right along to head banner. This is the component where you fill out your head banner information, and the information that you populate in here is going to propagate above here. So you see where it says webinar with the social media stuff here where I'm hovering? Right above that here in this white area is where your head banner is going to propagate. So whatever you fill out in here is going to propagate up here. Okay, moving on. Next we have the right banner. So this is the space where you fill out the information for your right banner, and whatever information you put in here, it is going to appear over here on this side right over here, this area here, which is the kind of like the right sidebar. Now it's imperative for you to know that the width of this is 300 pixels. So whatever information you put in here for the right banner, you have to make sure that the width of it is 300 pixels. The width right here is 300 pixels. Now the length of it doesn't matter, but the width of it is 300 pixels, and you need to know that. Moving along to the next component, which is the footer banner, and once again, whatever information you fill out here is going to propagate and show up over here in this area right below the video over here where I'm hovering. This is the footer banner area. So again, whatever information you put here is going to fill out here. Now keep in mind, everything that I'm saying for the webinar is also valid for the game app, because again, these are the same components. So whatever you put for the header banner, the right banner, and the footer banner in the game apps, it's going to appear in the same areas that I mentioned. Moving along, the next component, we have the social sharing, which is Facebook share, Facebook like, Google Plus, Twitter follower, and Pinterest. But I'm not going to be talking about these right now because there is a step that you have to do first in order to populate and or fill out these areas. And this is also the same information for the game app as well, because remember, as I said before, the webinar and the game app are exactly the same procedures. So for now, let's skip the Facebook sharing and the Facebook like, the Google Plus, the Twitter follow, and Pinterest, and we will come back to that shortly, and I will explain why this is something you have to save to do later on. So in saying that, let's move forward to the next component, which is the video. Now of course, the webinar, which is about video, this is where the video is going to be displayed. So whatever information you put here in this component is going to show up here. And that includes not just the webinar, as I'm hovering over, it's not just the webinar, but it's also the game app. So whatever information you put here in the video area for the game app as well, it will populate and show itself exactly the same that you see here in the webinar category. So moving along, now it is important for you to understand certain things about the video. The first option, of course, is video. So you check on this circle area here, and you can copy and paste a YouTube video here. And of course, the pixels are 790 pixels and 550 pixels. And then we also have the SWF feature, which is the SWF files. If you have an SWF file, you click on this right here. And all you do is that you copy and paste your SWF file, and the software, when you submit it and click update afterwards, the software will automatically embed a different code. So let me go to a PowerPoint presentation and show you what I mean very quickly. So here we are at the PowerPoint area, the SWF file, and our software will automatically convert and embed your SWF file for the viewing of your webinar and your game app in Facebook itself. So for example, if you have a SWF URL file just like how you see here, and you copy and paste it in the video component that I just demonstrated to you a few moments ago, and you click submit and update it in the software will automatically convert into an embedded code like this. So you have embed src-http blah blah wwwf etc etc etc, and it'll automatically put in the width and the height and the type of application, Shockwave Flash, and it'll end the HTML code in that sense. So you don't have to worry about doing that for yourself. All you have to do is just copy and paste the SWF URL, and after you submit and update the software will automatically propagate this information for you. And here we are at the back end of the software. So for example, if I paste that code that I just showed you in the PowerPoint slide, the SWF URL, afterwards when I click submit and then update, the software will automatically convert that into that HTML code that I just showed you in the PowerPoint presentation. So the software does that for you automatically. Now, let's say you have a private video, a video that you are hosting in your server. What you do for that one is that you click on the first box again, the first circle. So this one has two options. You can copy and paste your YouTube video at 790 pixels and 550 pixels. This can also embed your private video that you are hosting in your server. So for example, let's say you have some private videos that you don't want to upload to YouTube, and you want to host your videos from your server. And let's say you have a URL such as like this in your server. You can upload this URL to the software, and I will show you how to do that precisely, because it's a different procedure than what you would do with the SWF procedure. But you will integrate this self-hosted video from your server into the software and go through a procedure, and the software will automatically create a code for you that will play your private video in your Facebook webinar. And again, this includes both the SWF file and playing your private videos. Go for both the webinar and your game apps, and I will demonstrate that to you right now. Okay, so here we are back in the software area, and we're still talking about the video. Now, in order to play your private self-host videos from your server, what you do is that you have to come over here and click on Video Generator that you see me hovering over. When you click on that, a menu will drop, and as this menu drops, you see over here on the upper left hand corner where it says source URL. What you do is you copy and paste your source URL, or the URL that you have in your server and that you want to host from your server privately. So just like that last PowerPoint that I just showed you, that one URL that I have in my server, and I want to host my video from my server, I just copied and paste that URL there. Then of course we have the video size here, we have the width and the height, and of course we suggest 640 and 480. Now the control bar, if you want your control bar to be seen in the webinar, you click on this box. If you don't want the control bar to be seen in the webinar, then you automatically will have to click on auto start, because if you don't allow your potential customers to press play and you don't click on auto start and the control bar is not there for them to press play, they will never be able to watch the video. So if you don't want the control bar to be seen, you have to click on the auto start button so the webinar and or the game app video can start automatically. Again, this is for both process. This is for the webinar app and this is for the game app. It is the exact same procedures for both. Then when you have this information filled out, whether you chose the control bar or autoplay, and you have your source URL and the height and width, you click on the run button up here where I'm hovering over. You click on run, and the software is automatically going out and fetching the code for the video. And here we are. This is where the video code appears, and this is the code that you copy and paste it. You go back to the workspace, and it's going back to the workspace. You go back to apps, you go back to webinar, and you copy that code that we just copied into the video area, and there it is. So now this will play from your server, which again, it's the private video that you want to play from your server, and that goes for both the webinar app and for the game app. Okay, so moving right along, we have the Facebook comments, and whatever information you put here, the code that you put for your Facebook comment will propagate and fill out over here as you see in the webinar. Moving along to the next one, then we have add custom content. Whatever information you put here for your custom content will propagate and be seen up here, right above the comments area and right below the video, whether it's the webinar video and or the game app video, and this is where the add custom content appears. So moving right along, then of course we have the campaign image. You upload an image by 75 by 75, and that's an image that can represent whatever webinar you are presenting, or an image to present a game app, such as, for example, you can put an image where you're doing a seminar and you're on stage, 75 by 75, or if this is a game app, you can put an image of, like, let's say Super Mario Brothers or something like that, to represent what's relevant to the information that you're presenting to your potential customers. Then when all that's filled out, you click submit. After you click submit, once again you click on update, so the information that you just populated within these components can update into the system. Give it a moment to render, and when it's done rendering, then we can come back and fill out the social stuff, such as the Facebook share, the Facebook like, the Google Plus, the Twitter follower, and all that stuff. And the reason why you have to click submit and update first before you fill out the Facebook stuff and the Google and the Twitter and the Pinterest is because in the Facebook social developers webpage, which I have it here, social plugins in Facebook developers. For example, here we are at social plugins in Facebook developers, and let's click on the like button and we scroll down a bit. You can see where it says URL to like. Now if you're going to create this like button, you have to copy and paste the URL of your webinar and or your game app. So for example, if we would have never clicked submit and update and click run so it can run into the system and populate into your Facebook page, we would never get the URL here. So we need to submit and update and run this app into your Facebook news feed and or timeline so the URL can appear, and then we have access to the URL. Now when you copy and paste the URL, you have to copy the URL right before default. You don't have to copy after default, just right before default. So for example, this one is apps.facebook.com/appsninja-webinar, and that's it. I just copy that URL, go back to like button Facebook developers, and now I can paste that URL into the system. And that's why before we fill in the Facebook's share, Facebook like, Google Plus and Twitter follow and Pinterest and all that stuff, we have to first create the URL, and to do that we first have to hit submit and update in the software and then run it, and then the app is created and so is the URL. Then after that we can go back and fill that URL in the get like button code. So now that that's done, we get the code, and now we can copy and paste this code into the software. So for example, this is the Facebook like, paste that code here, that's the first top, then of course we come back and get the bottom part, and there you have it, the Facebook like, the Facebook like. And the reason for that is because now when someone clicks on the like button, as you see it here, the like where I'm hovering, that comes from this code that we just created with the URL of this particular webinar. When someone clicks like, that like is going to refer particularly to this webinar, and that's what you want. So the same process is done with comments. You click on the comments and you paste that URL there, you get the code, and there's the code. You copy, you come back to the software and you go to the Facebook comments, you paste that there, come back for the second half, copy that, and you paste that there. And so that's what you do with the social stuff. After the app is created, whether it be a webinar app or the game app, when the URL is created, as you see here, where I'm hovering right here, then you come back to Facebook developers and then you propagate this with the URL. That goes for the same with the others as well, as you see here, Pinterest, Twitter, Google Plus, and so on. Then when that's done, when the social likings are done, once again you finish the process by clicking submit. Give it a moment for that to propagate. It's important for you to know that after the application is created and you want to update new information in your application, all you need to do is just click on the submit button, and that will automatically propagate the new information in your application within your Facebook account. The only time you click update and the run button is when you first create the application. Do note, my friends, that you can also host your videos to any third-party sites like Amazon S3 and use the URL to create the private Flow Video embed codes and use these videos for your own products, webinars, or affiliate video reviews. We have included in our resource section lots of sources for you to choose from where you can get Flash games which you can use to create Facebook apps. In another video, we will take you through the process of how you can monetize the game apps. If you need to create your amazing webinars or affiliate video reviews, I can be available for hire for your projects, which includes creating the video and voiceover. Please feel free to reach us via email in our support tab. We can discuss further about your projects. Once again, just know that this video is representing both app creation, the webinar and the game app creation. For both apps, follow the same process in creating the application. This concludes this video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Okay, my friends, I have taken you through a live demo of all that I have shown you so far. At any stage, pause the video, go over what I've shown you within the tutorial video, and then try to replicate what you've seen for yourself so you can practice, because as you get good, the use of the software becomes that much more easier for you. So once again, thank you for watching and enjoy.